Well done. That looks
Okay, so
fairly.
yep, so we're halfway there. So we've seen a fully formed Stonehenge. So we know we've got the time period right. We just need to now tweak it to find the day of the execution. So like I said, like sometimes it is actually hard to actually judge where to put these
Absolutely.
beads. And thankfully, like Maglor did actually explain what to do. It's just implementing it is tricky enough, like, you know. Like these type of puzzles are very reminiscent to the game Myst, because we were talking about it earlier on. And
Yeah.
Myst, like, does that kind of thing where like it does bombard you with really complicated, intricate puzzles. However, what it does is it leaves you an audio log or a excerpt from a book that explains what to do in a very kind of lateral thinking way.
Hmm.
And that's why people love Myst, is that like it kind of gives you the belief that you figured this out by yourself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You get the actual reward of like finding out a very intricate lateral puzzle, but the way to do it was actually told to you quite bluntly. It's just like you needed to interpret it first, you know. Um, there are other games that we can play in the series that have similar, so we say high bar for puzzles, but the game actually adequately explained it without you realizing it, you know. Whereas this is the other way where they've tried to be very literal with what to do, but the actual application is more intricate than it should have been.
Like most of the puzzles in this.
Yeah, pretty much like but as I said, like it is like we are now in the last we're into the last hour of the game. So the puzzles have like bumped up in difficulty quite dramatically. Um but at least now these are actual puzzles based in like, you know, druidic lore as opposed to, you know, mugging off a homeless man for a fucking phone call. So
True.
I guess, I guess that is an improvement, if anything. So so now again, it's just constantly just trying to get the right times right and seeing if the crystal ball responds in tow. The weird thing is well that like it's because obviously like if you've matched up the right century and stuff like that, it's hard to you can't really just figure out if the changes you're making are right or not because Stonehenge is always going to be formed until it isn't, you know?
Yeah.
So you don't really know if you've got the like, yeah, obviously you've got the right like, you know, year, let's say, because like Stonehenge is there and it's fully formed. But you can't tell if you're going too far back or too far forward, or rather too far forward for the next bit of the puzzle. You know, obviously if you overshoot it, Stonehenge has been blown up, you know, because that's a whole I think that we saw that from the start of the game that like the actual ritual to create the inheritors created that like broken Stonehenge we have today. You know,
I was looking to see like just after nightfall, would that have been a clue to kind of see that when you've visualized the Stonehenge in the crystal ball, would that have like a lighter sky or something?
uh, I like where I see where you're going with it. I don't think they thought that far ahead
Yeah.
with the cutscene. Um, I think they literally just like, okay, you got this bit right now just focus your time now and you're there. So like so literally the puzzle is as it were as simple as what Maglor says is you set it to the right calendar year, the right yeah the right calendar as of the what's upstairs and basically change it by 2 days and PM 6 p.m. and you're there. But again, the problem with that was that like this is completely impenetrable. Like again, this is where
Yeah.
like a good game would have an inner monologue that would say, "Oh, this line must be the I'm assuming this is either the month or the time of day." because they've got 12 breaks. Oh, this one has the most breaks. That I presume that is because that's the month of the year. You know, this has seven
Yeah.
breaks. That must be the day. You know, that sort of stuff. Like that's what you do. I said it before. This game is missing an inner monologue, and if you were to program in an inner monologue after the fact, like yeah, this game becomes so much easier then to understand, and I think it would have been a better gameplay experience. But I do wonder whether that was a deliberate design, the deliberate choice, because I think because the puzzles are designed so like obtusely, an inner monologue would actually take the sting out of it. So like half the battle is actually under trying to figure out how the puzzles work, you know?
Hmm. So which of these puzzles did you hate doing more? This abacus one
Mm.
or the broth?
Oof. See, the broth at least had a logic to it, is the thing. Like the broth is tedious, but there's a methodology to it. This one is kind of guesswork, you know, unless you're able to decipher from the breaks. Like the way I think I did it, I don't know I don't think I kept it in the cup, but I basically like put all the sliders to the left, to the hard left, and counted like which each one kind of assigned to. So when I figured out, then okay, that has certain number of breaks, whatever. So I suppose this one is actually probably more tedious, of the lot. So you see, that's me figuring out there that oh, that's the week. That's the 7 days, and then this one is like is I think I figured out the time or the day or whatever. So yeah, so once you work out that bit of the abacus, it's actually all right. But again, this part is just not it's not explained well at all.
No.
You know. There we go. We found the ritual.
Oh, thank God. Woo!
What was that? It must have been the ritual. That's what's going to happen. I must tell Maglor at once.
Right. So from that premonition, we saw that Serstan was using some sort of what looks like a rod or something
Yeah.
equally as phallic to do this
I'm
ritual.
literally like something phallic.
Yeah. So now that we've seen that, we can tell Maglor and he will help us out with the next bit. He realizes what's going to happen next. So there we go. That's all we needed him of. And I think we have to warn Melanie as well, I think. If I'm not too sure. We'll know now in a moment anyway. And then we scuttle away from the labyrinth of doom. Now, where be Maglor at this moment in time?
Oh, we're
Oh,
full. Oh no. Oh
nope. Nope, he's just
no.
going along his business.
Maglor!
There you are. I have been looking for you everywhere.
Maglor! I figured it out. The apparatus with the movable beads in the room where the crystal ball is hidden really is a calendar. It works just like the one in the assembly chamber, but with an additional day and night cycle and an hour
Yeah,
schedule.
he kind of told you
I
that
entered
already,
the time
Brent.
of the ritual,
Yeah.
and Serstan appeared in the crystal ball.
What was he doing?
He was holding a staff decorated with runes, which suddenly began to glow. Then he picked up a golden sickle.
A staff. He used a bewitched staff to summon the power. If we find that staff, Serstan will not be able to perform his ritual.
Where could he be keeping it? I've searched the whole monastery and found nothing.
The temples. We must go to the temples.
How do we get there? I haven't seen any exit.
The Christian monks built this monastery in such a way that it is only accessible through a secret tunnel. Serstan uses that to his advantage, as it allows him to control us. Anyone wishing to leave the monastery is blindfolded and guided by
That's
Serstan
convenient.
himself. Nobody can leave here without Serstan.
Where are they? Bring them to me!
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Out there. I think I heard Serstan's voice.
Oh, he's coming.
He's looking
You're
for
in trouble.
us.
Damn it. That's all we need.
Yeep.
Lock the door, and then let's get the hell out of here.
So this is a bit of a trap. You need to have the right items before you started this bit.
Oh shit.
And guess what we're going to do here? How are we going to escape from this high area?
We're gonna parachute with our
How do we
cloth.
get out now?
We are going to
I don't
parachute with our
know.
cloth, yes.
Open up, traitors!
The door won't hold him up for very long.
But look at this, right?
Burn a hole in it first.
Yeah.
Hey.
I can see buildings. I wonder what they are.
Yep.
Right, let's get out of here.
But how?
Here, with this parachute.
What's going on in
Oh my
there?
good god.
Come on, damn it.
The two of them with one
Yeah.
sheet.
With one sheet does plenty.
Oh my good
We will fall
god.
to our death.
But we've got no alternative but to jump. Now hold on.
Where did the things come from?
Oh, fireball!
Oh, he's got a
No!
fireball.
Do you hear that? What is it?
Heat will only help us here.
It's a heat-seeking fireball.
Oh!
Or a druid-seeking missile, I can't tell. Well, yeah, at least had a soft landing.
Right, does he go back
That was
and...
close.
That was close. The other guy died, though. Whew.
Calculated risk.
At
One of us
least I'm
survived.
not dead.
I'm perfectly fine, except that I'm soaked with cold druidic water. That will probably kill me. So yes, let's go and find out where that fellow has landed. Obviously in the forest somewhere. There he is.
Maglo,
Oh,
are you hurt?
I thought it was just another log.
Nope. That was a man.
He hit me in the back. You are on your own now.
Don't talk nonsense. You won't die. Tell me how I can help you.
You are wasting.
No, I'm so emotional at this
Don't act
character
like
that
hero.
we've learned
What do I have to do?
There's
so much from.
mistletoe
I think.
here
Who is he again?
in the forest.
Log
You
man, I think his name was.
could
Yes.
try that. It heals severe injuries. Go and look for it.
Mistletoe? What does that look like?
You will.
Oh, he's not dead. This is the guy talking. I thought this was his
Don't give
monologue.
up. I'll be
Jesus.
back in
Yeah.
a second.
It's like, there's a Brent never going to a Christmas party in his life,
Yeah.
I won't touch them with my bare hands.
so he doesn't want to touch
I'll
mistletoe.
jump out of a building, but I'm not going to touch them nettles.
He really is just afraid of green things, isn't he? Like he's actually so deathly afraid of touching anything that's like has some level of chlorophyll in it. That oh, that's what he has. He's got chlorophobia.
That's some sort of bush.
So yes, now Brent is relying on us to find mistletoe
That's some sort of bush.
because he doesn't know what it is.
Right.
Tree.
Which is great. But yeah, the mistletoe is that stuff there, I think.
I won't touch them with my bare hands.
So he's got gloves.
That won't feel different with gloves either.
There we go.
There it is. So obviously, mistletoe is a common enough thing,
The healing
just
mistletoe.
based off,
The healing
like
mistletoe.
weird Christmas traditions in its own right. But apparently it heals people as well.
Don't give up. I'll be back in a second. I've got the mistletoe. What do I have to do now? Maglaw? Maglaw! Damn
He's
it.
dead. He died.
Oh.
And we've searched his person to find
That's
spinning top.
Spinning top. Yay,
Yeah.
toys.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I took it from a druid. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. So yeah. So Maglor's dead, but we have some mistletoe that we have been told will heal somebody from serious injuries. All right? You see that Chekhov's plant that I'm setting up there, Burtball?
Oh yeah.
There's Halligan walking across water there. Good man yourself. Okay. So now we're at these temples that supposedly all the cool druidic shit is hiding.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, it looks a little bit familiar to the one that was in Carmore, back in out in France.
Yeah. Yep.
You know. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any
Right.
salt, so we can't break the place apart. So.
Oh my god, I've forgotten it was just salt. Oh my god.
The explosive salt.
I've forgotten it. I had blocked that out of my memory.
Oh, I know. And here's me remembering it.
A strange table.
Oh, look, a strange table with some weird lines across it.
Oh, spinning top.
Yeah. This is a door that apparently is opened by a Beyblade. Who knew?
The original biograph.
Yep. Aha.
No sense, but it looks cool.
Yeah. Okay. So to explain this bit of the area, right? So basically, this kind of, if you like, crypt, temple, whatever you want to call it, basically has like kind of these randomly assigned rooms. Okay, and when we go in and out of this area, we need to pick up a couple of kind of elemental items that we're going to use in a puzzle later on. So when we're in this area, we want to make sure we have everything that we need. Okay.
Okay.
This is a
they look.
yeah. So these are switches based that decides what like the doors we come out from, essentially. So whenever we come out and we kind of like given our right amount, we try and press another switch and see what we end up with, essentially. But as far as I know, like the items are the same, as in like we need to get, I think it's 4 or 5 items altogether, but the rooms that appear in are randomized, so we just have to find them, get them when we find them, essentially.
Just another Catacombs idea.
Yeah, but as I said, like I think the whole idea is that once you find 1 or maybe 2, realize, oh, this is reminiscent to something to do with fire, and this one seems to be very air oriented. So now I have to find the other 2 before we proceed. In fairness, like once you get to the next stage, it's obvious that you need these items. So I think you can still come back and get them. I think,
Right.
as far as I know, anyway. But obviously, you have to like pick the right permutation of switches and all this sort of stuff now to find the ones you need. Again, purely randomized. Case in point, here's the first thing.
That's a
All right, so we have a piece of rock for flint. Yeah, exactly. So that's fire. And